Team, Don't Invest and Forget, powered by Proxy, has created a new standard of fiduciary service through management, financial planning, insurance solutions, and business ownership services. Join one of our live seminars Thursday, February 2nd at Bonvino in Walnut Creek to see how we can help achieve your financial goals. Find out more by visiting our website, don'tinvestandforget.com, or call 888-PLAN-WISE. Again, that's don'tinvestandforget.com, or call 888-PLAN-WISE for details.
Hello, this is Joe Cordell. Cordell & Cordell is a firm that practices family law exclusively. We focus on only one area of the law to maximize our strength and effectiveness as advocates for clients that have everything on the line: their homes, retirement, savings, and most importantly, their children. We're the partner our clients count on. If we can be of help to you, give us a call.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell San Francisco area attorneys. 951 Mariners Island Boulevard, Suite 300, San Mateo, California, 94404.
When you order food for work on Indicator.com, we've got your back. Real humans are here to help with your order every step of the way, making sure everything goes right, even behind the scenes without you knowing, confirming and double confirming with the restaurant that everything is on track. If there's a problem, thanks for calling Indicator. Call us anytime, day or night, and we'll answer in seconds. We're right here with 100,000 restaurants, working hard to ensure the food arrives on time and is ordered. Order 24/7 at Indicator.com.
So, journalistic institutions, they are at an all-time low in terms of trust. It's just one reason why the Daily Wire has over 1 million paid subscribers, and we continue to grow at an extraordinary rate. Well, thanks to the media, we really appreciate it, but it would be better if you would actually start doing it your job as opposed to relying on accounts like, say, Hamilton 68. Another amazing media hoax uncovered by Matt Taibbi, who's now become a sort of bugaboo of the left. He is a person of the left, but because he actually tells the truth on occasion, this makes him a bugaboo of many people on the left. He has an amazing story about an account called Hamilton 68. Hamilton 68 is an oft-cited neoliberal think tank. He said that it spawned hundreds of fraudulent headlines and TV news segments, and it might go down as the single greatest case of media fabulism in American history. Virtually every major news organization in America is implicated, including NBC, CBS, ABC, PBS, CNN, MSNBC, The New York Times, and The Washington Post. Mother Jones alone did at least 14 stories pegged to the group's quote-unquote. Even fact-checking sites like PolitiFact and Snopes cited Hamilton 68 as a source. So what exactly is Hamilton 68? Hamilton 68 was and is a computerized dashboard designed to be used by reporters and academics to measure Russian disinformation. It was the brainchild of a former FBI Clint Ross, appears on MSNBC all the time. It was backed by the German Marshall Fund and the Alliance for Securing Democracy, a bipartisan think tank. The latter's advisory panel includes former acting CIA chief Mike Morrell, former ambassador to Russia Mike McFaul, former Hillary for America chair John Festa, and one-time Weekly Standard editor Bill Kristol. Well, it turns out Hamilton 68 was a complete sham. The way that Hamilton activities online. That list was hidden from the public, but Twitter was able to recreate Hamilton's sample by analyzing its application program interface requests. That's how they first reverse-engineered Hamilton's list in late 2017. They ordered forensic analysis because Hamilton 68 kept being used over and over and over again. As it turns out of the 644 accounts that Hamilton 68 was using in order to determine whether a piece of information was Russian disinformation, only 36% were registered in Russia. Many of those were associated with RT. Twitter execs were shocked. The accounts Hamilton 68 claimed were linked to Russian influence activities online were not only overwhelmingly English language, 86%, but mostly legitimate people in the United States, Canada, and Britain. Trust and safety chief Joel Roth said, quote, "I think we just need to call this out on the BS it is unbelievable." So basically, there was this account, and it created a fake list of Russian influence actors, and then it propagated the myth that these people were promoting Russian disinformation. The names on that list included people like David Horowitz of the right, to Lynch, and progressives like consortium editor Joe Loria. And it was cited over and over and over again. Because Harvard, Princeton, Temple, NYU, George Washington University, other universities promoted Hamilton 68 as a source. And many elected officials promoted that site as well. And the institutions in our society have lost all credibility, and there is a reason for that, and it's because they're willing to be as gullible as anyone else. which I presume is why the media also are not reporting. I mean, the same media that were reporting, I assume this is why they are not reporting on James O'Keefe's latest video. It shows Jordan Tristan Walker, who's allegedly Pfizer's Director of Research and Strategic Operations and mRNA Scientific Planning. Apparently, he was caught on an undercover recording that he and other Pfizer executives have discussed mutating COVID viruses in order to develop tailored vaccines to treat them, which we would call gain-of-function research. There is a project talking to the alleged Pfizer Director of Research and Development, Strategic Ops and mRNA Scientific Planning, talking about the possibility of Pfizer itself doing gain-of-function research in order to create new vaccines.
Pfizer ultimately is thinking about mutating COVID? Well, that's what we say to the public. The virus keeps mutating? Yeah. Well, one of the things we're exploring is, like, why don't we just mutate it ourselves so we can focus on create newly developed new vaccines, right? So we have to do that. If we're going to do that, though, there's a risk of, like, as you could imagine, no one wants to be having a mutating virus. Be like very controlled to make sure that this virus, as you mutate, doesn't create something like, goes everywhere. So we're also to do gain-of-function research of the viruses, but probably not. But you do like these selected structural mutations to try to see if it be more potent. Yeah. So there is research ongoing about that. I don't know. Pretty good for the industry, to be honest. Yeah. Thanks, staff, for everyone else in America.
So why isn't this widely reported? I assume this has not been widely reported because, again, it makes Pfizer look really, really, really bad. Again, when it came to the COVID vaccines, I encouraged people who are elderly and people who are obese and had pre-existing conditions to take the vaccines. I took it myself under the false pretense that was promoted by Pfizer and our public officials that it prevented transmission and that it was necessary for people who were, my age, 37, 38. So I took it. If I knew then what I know now, would I have taken the vaccine? Probably not. There was no purpose to it. It doesn't prevent transmission. In people my age, COVID presented very little risk. By the way, I never encourage people who are under the age of, say, 30 or 20 to get the vaccine. My kids are not vaxxed, for example. But the fact is that the media have decided Pfizer are the good guys, and people who oppose Pfizer are the bad guys. They're just not reporting any of this sort of stuff. The institutional trust is gone, and it should be gone. This is the Ben Shapiro Show.
Talk Radio 560 KSFO San Francisco, KSAN HD2 San Mateo, a Cumulus media station.
3 firings and 2 more suspensions for Memphis safety forces. I'm Jack Callahan, Fox News. 2 more Memphis police officers have been relieved of duty for their roles in what turned out with motorist Tyree Nichols earlier this month.
Former Officer Preston Hemphill has not been charged, and neither has the 7th officer, who has not been identified. Hemphill is accused of using his taser prior to Tyree Nichols being beaten by the 5 other officers who've since been terminated in charge.
Fox's Jeff Paul, 2 of the city's emergency medical technicians and a fire department lieutenant have been fired for failing to properly render aid to Nichols. He was arrested and handcuffed. The arraignments have been set for February 17th for the 5 officers who've been charged with murder in Nichols' death. The police chief in Omaha says 2 police officers who were shot Monday night are now in stable condition. The suspect with whom they traded shots while responding to a burglary call was killed at the scene. The Biden administration telling Congress it will effectively declare the pandemic is over, not for another 3.
The White House says it will end 2 national COVID emergencies May 11th of this year, more after they were enacted. The announcement comes in response to House Republicans' push to immediately end both the public health and national emergencies. The White House claims that ending the emergencies abruptly would result in, quote, wide-ranging chaos and uncertainty. But House Republicans are already claiming victory, with Majority Leader Steve Scalise writing in a statement, the White House caves to House Republicans, going on to say the vast majority of Americans have returned to work and resumed their lives months ago.
Fox's Kevin Cork in Washington. More victims have been found from that deadly mosque bombing in Pakistan. 88 people dead, dozens hurt. The Sunni mosque was inside a police facility in Peshawar. America is listening to Fox News.
Jason in the House, the Jason Chaffetz podcast. There is always someone doing something stupid somewhere. Dive deeper than the headlines and the party lines as I take on America politics, and entertainment. Join me, Jason Chaffetz, every Wednesday as I shed light on the news and make some predictions along the way. You never know who will drop in. Subscribe now on FoxNewsPodcast.com or wherever you download podcasts.
Connect to Fox News Audio and the Fox News app. Listen to hear your favorite hosts like Brian Kilmeade, Jimmy Fallon, and Guy Benson standing up for what's right, live and via podcast. Just click listen and swipe right and hear the latest news updates on your time. And scroll down to hear the latest podcasts from Fox News. And it's even easier to listen in the car with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Get programming alerts and notifications. Fox News Audio is on the Fox News app. The voices of trust. Download it now. President Biden and House Speaker McCarthy will meet Wednesday to discuss the debt ceiling and potential federal spending cuts, though the president has publicly said he will not link them. A Dearborn, Michigan man who joined the Islamic State group is headed to federal prison.
It took a federal jury less than 4 hours to convict 32-year-old Ibrahim Issi Musabli of conspiring to provide material support to ISIS. Musabli traveled to Syria in 2015, where he attended an ISIS-run religious training camp where he swore allegiance to ISIS. Nabbed nearly 3 years later by Syrian Democratic forces, he was turned over to the FBI and brought back to the United States for trial. He could be sentenced to 50 years in prison. Gary Baumgarten, Fox.
Lawmakers in California have introduced a package of climate bills aimed at holding corporations accountable for their greenhouse gas emissions. The bills would require companies to disclose their carbon and ban the state's public pension funds from investing in major fossil fuel companies. 2 monkeys were stolen from the Dallas Zoo Monday, the latest in a string of odd incidents at the zoo, including fences being cut and the suspicious death of an endangered vulture recently. No arrests have been made, and police are not sure whether the incidents are connected. A sheriff in Florida facing a lawsuit over his social media postings.
You've heard of the game show Wheel of Fortune. Brevard County Sheriff Wayne Ivey uses his Facebook account to spoof the television show, only he calls it Wheel of Fugitives. It's an effort to raise public awareness of those fleeing law enforcement. But David Gay says he was featured in a post that wasn't on the lam. He was in jail at the time on a domestic battery charge. Gay says he lost his job because of Sheriff Ivey's social media claim. He's now suing for $50,000. Tom Graham, Fox News.
Wall Street down Monday, the Dow losing 261 points, NASDAQ down 228. I'm Jack Callahan.
Or go to balanceofnature.com to get free shipping. And don't forget to get 35% off your first preferred order by using discount code KSO.
Police officers are under arrest after fatally beating a black man. Everyone involved is black. That has to stop the media from pinning the blame on white supremacy, of course. Also, police departments across the country have been lowering their standards in order to attract new and quote-unquote diverse recruits. Does that play into the incident in Memphis? And the pop star Sam Smith tries to become the male Lizzo. Results are as tedious as they are revolting. All of that and more today on the Matt Walsh Show. On Friday evening, after several days of hype and build-up, video of the incident that led to murder charges for 5 Memphis police officers was finally released. The body camera footage is a couple different footage coming through. The body camera is harder to interpret. We see Tyree Nichols fighting with the cops after having city governed by a majority black city council. There are no white faces anywhere near the city, which means that no honest and intelligent person could try to pin this one on whiteness or white supremacy. But unfortunately for all of us, honest and intelligent is a bar too high for many people, especially those in the media, to meet, and so leftist activists and media propagandists immediately went to work trying to explain how the actions of 5 black men under the leadership of a black woman somehow represent an act of anti-black racism. Van Jones over on CNN got the race baiting kicked off on Friday night with an op-ed titled, quote, "The police who killed Tyree Nichols were black, but they might still have been driven by racism." Jones goes on to explain, one of the sad facts about anti-black racism is that black people ourselves are not to its pernicious effects. Society's message that black people are inferior, unworthy, and dangerous is pervasive. Over many decades, numerous experiments have shown that these ideas taken way too many African American studies courses. In fact, that kind